What's up, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with Friday Questions and Answers, episode 67. And before we get started, I want to apologize about the horrible lighting. I'm in a big hurry here to make this video because I have a bunch of impatient friends waiting on me. Jason, if you're watching this, talking about you. But I'm sorry about the lighting. It's horrible, but I gotta hurry up and make this video. Secondly, my shirt just came in. If you didn't know by following me on Twitter, I started my own clothing line called Prove Them Wrong Fitness. Also making a YouTube channel about that as well, but I haven't launched that just yet. But I have launched the clothing line Prove Them Wrong. I have a bunch of designs up. That is always going to be a link to that shop in the description below. You can pick up this and support me, Prove Them Wrong. This shirt, I can't remember the cost, but there's a bunch of other different shirts on there. Go check them out, and it'd be awesome if you went and bought a shirt. That'd be great. That'd be absolutely awesome. But this is the first shirt, first design I made. Prove them wrong. A bunch more coming. So with that said, let's try to get through these questions as quick as possible. Sorry if I'm not as thorough in my answers in this episode. I'm just in a quick hurry. I want to go ahead and get this over with before. So I actually got this one out on a Friday, not after a Friday. Because I mean, it's called Friday Questions and Answers for a reason, right? So let's get into the question. First question from Matt Man, the Rail fan. Ask, how did you get to be a Red Sox fan? Because when you think someone born and raised in Alabama, I would think Braves. Pretty cool story, actually. Growing up, as in like from say age 8 to age 12, I don't know, somewhere maybe 8 to 11. Just growing up, I was a huge Sammy Sosa fan. I'm talking about like I watched every single Cubs game. Everything. I follow any team that Sammy Sosa was on. That was from this Cubs and Orioles days. And then I started to get a little bit older and really wanted to search for a team that I wanted to really follow for the rest of my life. And there at the time, I think I was in 4th or 5th grade, my mom, a teacher got hired over at the middle school that my mom taught at, and a very awesome teacher, very awesome guy, was actually born and raised in Boston, and would always tell me about his, that was my impatient friend, his stories about growing up in Boston, going to Red Sox games, was die hard, and he really got me hooked on the Red Sox, and that was the year before, the year before, I believe they won their World Series in 2004, and then I've been hooked ever since, been a diehard fan. He really got me going. He's really a mentor for me growing up, as an awesome guy. I really kind of actually lost touch with him the last couple of years because he retired from around here and he's moved back to Boston. He goes between Florida and Boston. So, an awesome guy, and he's really the reason I'm a big Red Sox fan today. And I can't thank him enough for doing that. Javier Gutierrez asks, who do you think will take the role of D'Anthony Thomas next year? I'm not real sure. Oregon, obviously, every single year is going to have a bunch of guys coming in that fit their systems. That's what they do. They don't always get the best recruits, but, they get, guys that are fast, guys that fit what they try to do, and it works for them. They've been very successful the past few years, and, it's been pretty successful because, I mean, they haven't won the game yet, but they've been to a couple BCS games, won a few of them. They play for a national championship under Chip Kelly, and they do some pretty good things there with the talent they get. And to answer your question, honestly, I'm not quite sure because behind everybody else that they had, D'Anthony Thomas, the wide receiver they had, there wasn't really that one guy that you knew when Kenyon Bonner left and Michael James left. You knew there was a guy like D'Anthony Thomas waiting in the wings. But now there wasn't really that. I'm trying to look up their recruiting classes and trying to see if one of their guys came to mind. I remember there's this one 5-star they got maybe last year, the year before. There he is. Thomas Tyner, that's his name. I was trying to remember. He was an Oregon native. He will be a redshirt freshman or sophomore. But the guy was awesome. Came out of high school, one of the top rated running backs in the country. If there's gonna be a guy to step up to be like a D'Anthony Thomas, that's the guy right there, Thomas Tyner. I'm not sure if he got playing time last year. That's why I'm not sure if he's a redshirt sophomore. I mean, redshirt freshman or sophomore. But that's my answer to your question. Luke Zier asks, do you watch soccer? If you do, then who will win the World Cup? And I've said it before that I don't necessarily enjoy watching soccer outside of the World Cup, although I really do enjoy watching the World Cup. I've been very in tune to this World Cup, and that USA game was awesome. I was at one of my friends' house watching it with my buddies, and it was a great game to watch, and watching very close. But as of right now, France is looking very good. Just today, they absolutely demolished Switzerland. People kind of had their doubts about France, but they've been playing lights out. Brazil, obviously, is going to be solid. Spain got knocked out. Nobody expected that. But honestly, I have to go with the Netherlands. I know the Netherlands, it was a rematch of the last World Cup, and they kind of shocked some people there. They won that match. But, you know, I think the Netherlands are going to do well, and I think they actually have a shot to win. So I'm going to go with the Netherlands right now. Next question from Razorback1995 asks, will the Hogs finally win a freaking SEC game this year? I don't know who against, but I think they will get better in year 2 of Brett Bielema, and I think they'll win a game this year. Jacob Gaming asks, do you think the Heat will get Carmelo Anthony? I think it really depends on whether LeBron James stays. If he stays, it doesn't matter who else goes or stays, whether it be Dwayne Wade leaving, Chris Bosh leaving, or they all come back. If LeBron stays in Miami, I think there's a good chance to get Carmelo, although everybody says Carmelo's a ball hog. I think that's a good chance there. Because, I mean, it just seems like it'd be a fit that would make sense just with the Miami era and players wanting to try to get championships at this stage of their career. So that's that. And then there's a guy who responds to that question and says, nope, the Bulls will. And that's also I mean, that could be the case. I mean, the Bulls have a very solid foundation. They've been without Derrick Rose the past few years. But if you add in a Carmelo Anthony and a healthy Derrick Rose, that's going to be a gosh dang good team. So I think these two comments sum it up. I think either the Heat or the Bulls will get Carmelo Anthony. Hambone64 says, hey man, you've been probably asked this before, but who do you think will be the conference champions for each of the major conferences, and which 4 teams will make it to the college football playoff? Let's see. SEC, I believe, honestly, man, this is tough. I think the SEC, I think Alabama will actually win. Trying to be unbiased, but I have a feeling. I think Alabama takes it this year. Pac-12, I'm going to go... Let's come back to the Pac-12. Big Ten, I think Michigan State takes it this season. Although I think Iowa actually is a dark horse this year with their schedule. And I always like to preach that teams that get wins, go through a long winning streak, start a season undefeated, whether it be 7-0, 8-0, even if they have a very easy schedule, that helps them gain momentum. And they're a solid, they have a solid foundation. Gaining with that momentum, that's the team you should watch out for. It's Iowa, but I got Michigan State winning the Big Ten. ACC, obviously, you got Florida State winning. But is ACC considered your Power 4 conferences? Out of your question. Okay, never mind. My apologies. The 5 major conferences. So Florida State, Michigan State, Alabama, Oklahoma, out of the Big 12, and I think UCLA has a good shot this season. It could change, but I think I'm going to go with UCLA for right now. The 4 teams that are going to make the conference, the college football playoff, I'm going to go with Florida State, Alabama, Michigan State, and Oklahoma. I think UCLA might lose a couple because I think the Pac-12 is wide open this season. I think the SEC is wide open as well, but between the SEC or Pac-12 having to get a 1 or 2 loss team in the college football playoff, I think the SEC would obviously have a better shot. Alright, DJ Hayes asks, what position in baseball usually produces cocky players? Shortstops, probably. I would say shortstops and pitchers, probably. Matt Man, the Real Fan, asks another question. If there is ever a new NCAA football game coming up in the near future, I think what would be cool is to pick between TV or radio call. Just think if you had Alabama as your dynasty anytime and you wanted to hear the voice of Eli Gold, but I don't think that's even possible. What do you think? I don't think that's possible because that would take so many contracts having to be filled out, and a lot of license having to be released for them to be able to use the TV and radio call for each team. But I think they're just gonna, if they do make a game, which is up in the air in the near future, I think it's just gonna stick to the basic ESPN, Kirk Herbstreit, and whoever else, Brent Musburger. Who is it? It's Reese Davis actually in this game, but they're just gonna stick to the basic, I believe. But that would be cool. DJ Hayes asked, should Tebow try arena football? And did you know that there was an arena football player named Manny Johnzale? What? I gotta look this up. Is there really a football player called Manny Johnzale? Okay, I think he's just pulled my chain. Yeah, I looked up Manny Johnzale. That's nobody. But if there really was an arena football player called Manny Johnzale, that'd be crazy. And should he try arena football? I think he should, because honestly, I don't think he was given a fair shot in his situations. I mean, I thought he had a good thing going there with Denver. Obviously, they haven't got much farther with Peyton Manning because, I mean, they still haven't won the Super Bowl. I mean, what's the point in winning a playoff game if you can't make it to the Super Bowl? So, I'm not saying that Peyton Manning isn't better than Tim Tebow. I'm just saying he shows he can be successful if he's given the shot. So I think arena football will be a good route for him. But I think he's kind of hard-headed in the sense that he's not going to negate himself down to the Arena Football League. He's going to wait till he gets a shot in the NFL. I think eventually maybe he'll get another shot, but I think he'll be a good commentator. That's what he's going to be right now, an analyst for SEC Network. 4 more questions to go, guys. I need to make this pretty quick. DJ Hayes also asked, who will produce more rushing yards, Georgia or Auburn? Gurley, Marshall, Chubb, and Michael versus Artis, Payne, and Grant, powered by the mind of Melzon. I think Auburn, because I think for the not saying Auburn has better running backs or whatever, but than Georgia. I'm just saying their offense is based more around the rush than Georgia's is. They obviously this year without their great quarterback in Aaron Murray. Also, Hudson Mason has had a lot of good praise coming from analysts, but you're going to see a lot of the run from both teams here. But I think just Auburn with their offense is going to have more rushing yards than Georgia. But that Gurley Marshall duo is probably the best in the nation. But just because of the offense they run, and they do have some good running backs, I think Auburn gets more this year. Matt Main, the real fan, also asked, how much of an impact do you think Alabama will have without AJ? I think they'll be just fine. I mean, I think there's a shot Jacob Coker could be better than AJ. We'll just have to see. It's really just hearsay right now. But I think on raw talent, you can tell just from the physical traits, Jacob Coker could be better than AJ. But we'll just have to see. I mean, experience always comes into play, and we'll have to see. I think we'll be just fine. As I said earlier, I think we have a shot. I think we do win the SEC. Casey Tyler asked, did you watch the USA-Ghana game? What were your thoughts on it? I kind of answered that earlier. I said I did watch it. It was a great, great game. I thought it was a funny story. I got to say this pretty quick. I was going over to watch it at a friend's house on Monday, and he didn't get off of work until 5 o'clock. No, about 4:50 or so. And all my friends were there, and we were waiting on them to get there to get in the house. And it was like 5:02. We didn't think it was a big deal because it was about 2 minutes into the match. Checked my phone, and what do you know? USA already scored a goal, and I was like, what the frick? They already scored, and nobody believed me. I showed my phone, and everybody's like, hurry, Connor! And he came, but anyways, it was a great match. It was fun to watch. I thought Ghana really, from I would say from the second minute to really the first minute and a half through the 80th minute, or when they score their goal, the 82nd minute, Ghana, they tied up. They really outplayed the U.S. Just the U.S.'s defense on the backside, they played well enough to keep them out of the freaking net. But it's all about playing your hardest, not giving up. That's what the U.S. did. I mean, obviously they got lucky there at the first minute of the game to score, and without that, I'm not sure if we had the momentum to come back and win that game, or we had the momentum to really keep Ghana off the board for 82 minutes. But they played well enough to give them a shot at the end. Obviously, that's all you needed was that last 4 minutes, and you got the game-winning goal from an obvious, just out of nowhere guy. John Brooks just came out of nowhere and scored that game-winning goal. Wasn't even necessarily projected to be on the roster a few months ago. But anyways, it's a good game, and I'm looking forward to the game against Portugal. 2 more questions. DJ Hayes asked, do you think Yoden will hold on to the ball this year? Did you see Gurley's Superman touchdown versus Kentucky? If not, watch it. I think he will do better. Yeah, he did fumble a lot this year in crucial situations. First one comes to mind is the LSU game, and we got lucky we came back and won that one. But I think obviously I think he'll improve on that, getting older and getting more mature, and obviously getting better as time goes on. And no, I did not see that, and I will have to watch that. And one last question from Matt Mandeville fan. He says, do you ever think, wow, I lived in the same city as Adrian McCarron? Kind of. Funny story, actually, the friend I was just talking about earlier, whose house we were going to watch the game at, his sister actually dated Adrian McCarron when we were younger for a while. So that was funny. But anyways, I think it's kind of cool how you have a shot just walking around, going anywhere you could possibly see AJ. Much of my friends have seen AJ out to eat at places, and everybody, I've met him before, but that wasn't exclusive. But a lot of my friends have seen him out in public, and I think that is pretty cool to see have a chance to see an athlete wherever you go because he's from that area. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry I had to make this kind of quick, but I got to run here in just a minute. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a question in the comment section below to me about anything my life, sports related, anything else. I will answer it next week. Have a great week, guys. Roll Tide, go Sox, and go Titans. Once again, be sure to make sure I have this in frame, a Prove Them Wrong t-shirt at the link below. And have a great week. Follow me on Twitter. I gotta get this right now. I'll change my name at Samuel Brown Livin, Livin. That's both my Twitter and Instagram name now. Follow me there. See you guys next week. Have a great week. Peace.